All right. So, for those of you who've been living under a rock, let's actually give some context.
Go for it.
Yeah, so basically what happened, I don't think we'll get in trouble for showing this.
No, I mean, it's Long Beach Post. I don't think they're going to, fucking...
I hope not. Well, this video was sent in by, a bunch of people, so...
They had to give credit, though. This is
on the Long Beach Post. This is Long Beach Post, but I believe the video came from someone else.
Yeah, it was like a kid on the parking lot. Like, literally, you can see the video, right there. There's the bus.
So, just to explain real quick, for those of you who don't know, there on the other side, you can't see it, but on the other side over here, off screen, there's a fucking goddamn school, there's a bus station, usually with 60, 70 kids around it. And in the car itself, there were 3 other passengers. So this son of a bitch tried to shoot through 3 people and in the direction of 70 to hit a driver. This guy shouldn't have a gun. This guy shouldn't have a badge. Who the fuck gave this man a gun and a badge? And how the fuck did he pass training? That's the type of shit right there that's negligent. That's negligent. How do you shoot in the direction of a bunch of people and you shoot past 3? What the fuck is that logic? Why was he hired?
If he really wanted to shoot, he could have, shot for the tires. I mean, he could cause, a ricochet or shrapnel or something and hit somebody else. But, if you're already going to shoot through the innocent passengers, or through the passengers in general, just in the back, then you might as well just go for the tire. The fuck?
Nah, dude, at that point, take a picture of the license plate and, call it in. Have someone chase it down.
If he has a video camera thing, then the license plate would be on the video camera.
That's my point. Well, take the number down, call because he's a cop, call his fucking comrades, and have them chasing his ass down in the police cruiser. Why the fuck is he shooting? He shouldn't have shot. He might have saved that person's life. I thought that for a while, but I didn't know he shot through 3 people. Imagine you're aiming at a car with children inside, and your first thought is, let me try to shoot past them.
Yeah, I can understand if, you're trying to stop the driver with, a van with kids in it, and, but why would you shoot from the back of the van? You're gonna hit
Fuck
the kids.
them kids!
Yeah.
Fuck them kids!
You're just shooting at this small, fucking sedan, and you're like, oh, well, maybe one of the heads, silhouetted is the right guy. You're just gonna bop each head. That's, obviously you're gonna hit a passenger, which that did happen. He hit a passenger, a high school student from the school.
18-year-old girl. She's fucking brain dead. Well, she's dead now.
Well, did she die?
They took her off life support.
Fuck.
Yeah,
and she had a daughter.
She had a daughter, yeah.
So, 18 mom.
LBUSD. Shit, I fucking LBUSD student. Dead. Yeah, killed. Right here. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't think the LBUSD district is going to want to pay for her to be on life support either, right? But
thanks, Press Telegram. You guys can eat dick. Oh, yeah. She was brain dead, by the way, for a little while. So not only did they make this girl brain dead, now they had to take her off life support. There was no way they're going to keep her on life support. And especially when your head's a fucking canoe. What the fuck are they going to do with you? You're not coming back from that. So like I said, this guy shouldn't have been a cop. Apparently there was also some red flags about him in the hiring process as well. And now they're also discussing criminal charges. And they're even thinking about disarming LBUSD cops. So this is an interesting one because I know a little bit about this. I was reporting for Long Beach City College a few years ago. And the question after the George Floyd riots came up, it was about, should the police be armed? Because minority groups may or may not feel safe. And one of the big things that came up was the cops' ability to essentially react to danger. Basically, a lot of the security officers, because they had security officers before they had cops there. And a lot of the security officers supposedly lamented the fact that they didn't have firearms. They didn't have guns to put down threats when the need arose. But at the same time, at the same time, I keep going back to that time where there was a school shooting, and that cop, the one who got to keep his pension, by the way, basically stood outside the school while the school shooter basically blew everybody away. So I wonder, is there any legitimacy to that argument? Do cops, like, does it even matter if these guys have guns at this point? Like, or are we trying to avoid making them like a rent-a-cop who's supposed to, like, is this a fear
Like,
thing?
if you want like instant protection for schools when there's a school shooting, I would guess it makes sense to have an officer there with a gun, because I mean, I think with that one was that I'm pretty sure that was the Florida school shooting, or maybe I'm mixing it up with the one with like Nico Rivera, if I remember right. I know that one was also in Florida, but it took the cops like nearly 10 minutes to get there, and if you want to stop the shooting before the 10-minute mark, then you probably need a guy there with a gun. But I mean, if there was red flags in the process, they shouldn't have given the guy a gun. And also, you should probably do continuous psychological checks on the people and ask them what would they do in X situation, and make sure that this wouldn't happen. Like, it just, if they're gonna answer that they would shoot through passengers to get to the driver, then they shouldn't have a gun. Maybe you need to create new questions, create more vigorous testing. But I still think school officers should carry a gun, because without that, then it's like, what are they really there for?
They're just fancy rent-a-cops.
Yeah, they're just fancy rent-a-cops.
Well, I mean, I guess that's also a part of it. You know, you want people to feel safe, and I think if you want to have these people, I'll put it to you like this: if your job, I heard this. There was a YouTuber, I think, named Bo the Fifth Column. He made a good point about this. He said, "Your job is the only job where no one cares if you come home at night, because that's not your place. Your place is to make sure those kids come home, not you. I don't give a fuck if you come home. The idea is that you're supposed to make sure those kids come home. And if you're so scared, or if you're so trigger happy that that's not your first duty, that's not your ability, then yeah, again, you shouldn't be there. That's not, like, this is not the place for you. Go be a security guard where you can dog people. You know, or go be some rent-a-cop somewhere where you got some, like, Napoleon complex. But if you're gonna be a little bitch made, like trying to shoot through fucking 3 people, then yeah, you shouldn't be a cop. It's ridiculous.